Hello, Dr. Childress here. I'm walking targeted parents through how to discuss a professional resume. You're looking for two things: attachment experience, where did they get their experience in attachment, and family systems, where did they get their experience in family systems therapy. The problem is you're not going to find anybody. Yeah, good luck with that. So you get no attachment experience and no family systems experience. Okay, so what do you do then? You're in trouble. That I don't know what to tell you. Okay, you go to arts, you have a heart problem, you go to a doctor who has no experience with heart surgery. No doctor has experience with heart surgery. You're in trouble. That's the nature of things. We're working on that. We're working on helping you get the professional knowledge and expertise you want or need. But it's still a work in progress, shall we say. So you have foundations out there. My book Foundations will describe the pathology. So that's one possibility. The other possibility is I'm willing to consult with any mental health professional. So all they have to do is drop me an email and say, "Can I consult with you?" And I'm more than happy to do that. So if you find somebody you kind of like and feel comfortable with, but they don't have the background that in attachment or family systems, but they seem to know what they're doing, and they're willing to talk with me, that's a good thing. Get them hooked up with me, and then you can feel a little bit more reassured about the absence of attachment and the absence of family systems, because I can help scaffold that and help build that a little bit with a mental health professional. The other thing you're going to find as you're out there working in the scary field of forensic psychology is you're going to find a lot of mental health professionals who have experience in parental alienation. Okay, it's going to be two categories of that. You're going to find the establishment people who have experience working with high conflict divorce, is what they'll call it. And if you brought up parental alienation, they say, "Oh, I worked with parental alienation." So they're the establishment people. Those are the child custody evaluators, the reunification therapists, most of the people that you're going to come in contact with. The other category is the Gardnerian PAS people. And these are the ones who are going to talk about parental alienation a lot. And you're going to be drawn to them because they're going to be telling you that's what it's going on. It's going to make sense to you. You got parental alienation. The other parent's causing this. This is all true. Now the Gardnerian PAS people, you can go over to my video on that. They're just below standards of practice. And so even if you got hooked up to them as a therapist, I'm not convinced they really know what they're doing. They don't have knowledge of the attachment system. And so, yeah, they're better than the other ones maybe, but not much. Okay, you're just looking at ignorance out there. But they'll help you feel reassured, the PAS people. They typically won't get assigned as therapists on your case or anything. What you will get is the establishment people, the reunification therapists, child custody evaluators. They will use the word parental alienation, but they're not in the school of parental alienation. So what they will tell you, the establishment people, is that they've had 25 years working with high conflict divorce families like yours. So they'll give you a history of how much high conflict divorce they've treated. That's the problem, because that means they've been treating for 25 years without any ethical standards and without knowing what they're doing, and that's okay for them. So this is attachment pathology, child rejecting a parent. It's attachment system. That's duh. And it's following a attachment event, the divorce. That's a breach in the attachment. You got an attachment event producing attachment pathology in the kid. This is an attachment pathology, and this person has no background in the attachment system. That's a problem, and yet they don't realize that's a problem. Yikes. Okay, so that's your other group of people, the ones who've been 25 years treating this. And you know what? That's the group that's going to have the narcissistic kind of sense of grandiosity. And don't tell me I'm doing you a favor by treating your family. Now, I would run. Okay, if I get one of those, I'm running away. I would much rather have somebody who has no idea what they're doing than somebody who has no idea what they're doing and is arrogant about it. That's a problem. So, but that's your choice. I mean, you can work with them if you want. I'm not optimistic they're going to be able to help you. What I would suggest you ask, if you want to consider working with them, is I suggest, how many cases have you worked with like mine? Like my family. We talk. You can explain a little bit. How many cases? They're going to say, oh, I've worked with 25, 30, 100,000 cases, just like yours. Ask them what percentage of cases are successfully resolved. So how often do you fix things, and what's the typical time frame that takes place in? Oh, well, it depends on this family and the family factors. Okay, but just ballpark. What's the percentage? 50%? 75%? How many families have you... Well, that's hard to say because... That's what they'll give you. Okay, they won't ever answer that question because you know what the actual answer is? 0. They haven't fixed any families. And that's the problem. Okay, so that's what would make me run, because I know that. I know they haven't fixed anybody. But they'll give you nonsense like, oh, I've worked 25 years. How many families have you fixed? Oh, it's a complicated thing because there's, 5 factors. Yeah, but just roughly, ballpark. Well, it's really complicated. I can't give you that answer because, I haven't followed up with families and, they move on and stuff. But it's pretty easy to solve, or we can solve this, and they won't give you an answer. Okay, so there's your 2 parental alienation kinds of zone that you are most likely to find out here. You're not going to find any family systems therapists. You're not going to find any attachment people. I will consult if you find somebody that's good. So that's essentially what you want to do for the resume of people. Now, what I'm doing with the resume, why I have it up there, is because what you want to do is you're interviewing for the resume. What you're getting is you're getting the resume right up front. So now what's going to happen is if they mess up, if they don't do right by you and your kid and do what's necessary to fix things within 6 months, that would be my treatment plan, 6 months. And so if they don't do that, we might consider a licensing board complaint for their failure to have the knowledge, because they don't know what they're doing. And if that progresses down that road, it's going to be about their Vita that we are challenging, that they don't have the background experience in attachment pathology and in family systems therapy and in personality pathology, ultimately, that to treat your children and families, and so therefore are in violation of Standard 2.01a of the APA Ethics Code. So that's the case we're building against them, starting with their Vita. So now you've got their Vita in the hand, and you've got them to describe it, and they got nothing there. Okay, so now if things go haywire and go south, and we decide to move forward with a licensing board complaint or a malpractice lawsuit, even better. Going to cost you a malpractice because you got to hire a lawyer, even better. But the licensing board complaint, you have their Vita ahead of time. We're going to attack that. And then the next phase of the attack will be to ask for their records. And we're going to look at treatment plans. And that's going to be a whole different series over there as we talk about treatment plans. So this is a preparatory process of that. The other thing that we're doing with the Vita review on things, and the reason I put my Vita up there, is we want ignorant and incompetent mental health professionals to know we are going to attack their Vita. So you go over my custody evaluation series, I'm making it really clear. I'm coming after their Vita. You know why? So that they bolster their Vita. So that they learn something. If they can defend themselves and say, yes, I have my background in attachment, here's how I got it, well, that's a good thing. You're looking through on their Vita for attachment, and they say, yes, it's right here. Oh, good, there it is. They'll go with that because they know the attachment system. So we're bringing knowledge to the ignorant by attacking them if they're ignorant. Well, then they're going to have to learn knowledge. Good. And so that's the other feature of this Vita line that I'm taking with this. I want them to know I'm coming after them. And I am. I am absolutely dead set that if you don't know what you're doing, I'm coming after your license. There's nothing I would rather do than get the license revoked for mental health professionals that are ignorant and incompetent. And there's a lot of them. And so I want them to know that. If they go away because they don't want to be, well, that's fine. If you're ignorant and incompetent, go away. So the other thing for Vitas, I'll mention this and then expand on it in a separate video, is that I would like to encourage all mental health professionals to put their Vita up on the web. So your Vita is up there, your paper of your experience, so that people can review all mental health professionals, especially all mental health professionals in this particular field. Put your Vita up. But I filmed a set of discussions about my Vita, my background, my history. I want all mental health professionals to do that. Your custody evaluator should have a video series up about their experience so that you can watch it and make a determination. Your reunification therapy, it's not hard. I'm sitting down in front of my Mac and I'm going to upload that to YouTube. Piece of cake. I'm an idiot. I can do it. I believe me, I have you can see that from the quality of videos. I'm not like tech savvy. I did it. You can do it. Put your feet out there. Describe to people where you get your background experience and why you should be working with the families. I don't see a problem with that. It's part of informed consent. They know who you are. So that's going to be my argument taken over to them as well. So that's a Vita, working with the Vita. And then this will be a companion piece to working with the treatment plans.